Yeah, my name is Nathan Watson. I am the general manager of Luciel Condominiums. It's a luxury high-rise building in Dallas. I graduated in 2008. My degree is in hospitality management. I have a minor in business, and I've been in the workforce for quite some time now. Worked for Luciel for about a little over 6 years, and kind of just going through the motions and providing the great service that we do to our homeowners. Absolutely, yeah. So it's very similar to a hotel. We have 136 units. These people live in their homes. They don't rent. They don't stay from like a hotel perspective where it's a short-term stay. So we have an opportunity to meet these people, get to know them, establish relationships with them, get to know their likes, dislikes, get to know their families, their pets, and their comings and goings. Like, we're probably a little bit stepped down from a personal assistant, but we know our residents pretty well, and we kind of know what they like and dislike. So we maintain the building, which would include all the mechanical systems, the interactions with our homeowners. Valet parking is one of the services that we provide. So we'll stage vehicles, we'll anticipate their need to leave the building. And these are facts that we know over time, them telling us, what time they need to leave for work, stuff like that. And so we'll have everything kind of lined up. We'll walk the building quite a bit, make sure that everything is in good repair. We'll walk the grounds, make sure that it's clean, pick up trash when needed. But just, ultimately make their home very inviting. This is a luxury property, so we try to make sure that we make it look luxurious and that their money is very well spent. At the end of the day, there's a lot of very specific learning, that you go through, communication and like professionalism, are definitely some of the things. You go through classroom settings and you're talking to professors. Ultimately, it's as if you're talking to a manager or a supervisor, and these people are telling you, training you, all the skills that you're going to need to apply to your profession as you graduate. And so, for me, it's learning how to speak up and down the ladder, to the students that are in the classrooms, in small groups, working on projects. You can apply all of that to what you do on a day-to-day basis. And if you're a manager and you're leading these small groups, if you are a person that's working with a professor to understand what it is, what the assignment is, and trying to turn in the best possible product. I mean, you can draw parallels all day long about, who you work for and what they require from you, but your professors are trying to teach you the best possible way to do things. And, you get a good grade, it's like doing a good job at work. And so I try to apply the same principle there. If I'm willing to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning working on a school project, then I should be willing to stay up a little bit later to work on an email or something that's required for work or whatever. So I'd like to say that I took a very indirect path to get to where I'm at. Graduated from high school, joined the Navy, and I was lucky enough to become a hospitality specialist. So they put me through culinary school, taught me how to, do recipe conversions, all the things that University of North Texas does in the classroom setting, or the kitchen setting, anyways, for the lab work that students will do. They also taught me how to manage an onboard or shipboard hotel, basically. So took care of a lot of staterooms, cared for them, and then we do major check-in and check-outs for the different deployments that we go on. So like you get like real world experience in a hotel setting, but in a military setting at the same time. So once I got out of the Navy, went to junior college, and then also started working in hotels, and I climbed the ladder pretty quickly. Within 2 years, I was an assistant manager for Sheraton Hotels. I transferred out to a hotel here in Dallas, the Adams Mark Hotel, 1,840 rooms. So I got some big box experience. I was the director of guest services there. So I had over 70 employees, valet parking, concierge. We had a kind of a lounge for kind of the preferred guests. So I took care of that and managed. It's like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner venue. And then I also opened up the Gaylord Texan Resort. So I was on the opening team there for 2 years. I worked, and then I realized that I wanted to go back to school and get my degree. And so I had saved up a little bit of money. I was able to take off a full semester of work and really kind of, center myself in my studies. And I was able to, do a couple of semesters at North Lake College, transferred over to the UNT about 2006, I'm sorry, I'm miscounting there. And then I was able to graduate within 3 years because of all the studies I had done before. And Eta Sigma Delta was a membership that I had obtained while I was there. And, it was a really good experience. I was able to work for Alumni hotels during the time that I was at North Texas. I did overnights, I did evenings, and I was the guest services manager for that hotel for a few years. And so I was able to graduate in 2008, like I said before, a degree in hospitality and a minor in business. And I wouldn't trade it in for the world. It's been a great experience. It's very comparable to hotels. You have hourly positions and so like housekeeping, you probably start off with like $14 range. Front desk, concierge, you probably start off at the $17 range. And obviously you're gonna have varying levels of supervision and stuff like that. And so your rates are gonna go up from there. But from a management perspective, you're going anywhere from $50,000 a year to over $100,000 a year. And so you work in hotels, you pay your dues, and you might have a chance at an executive level at some point in the future. And with a profession that focuses on community association management and high rises, you can climb the ladder pretty quickly, and you can get to that high, seven, let's say like 5-figure salary pretty quickly. And then you can get to that 6-figure salary probably within 5 to 10 years, depending on, hard work, dedication, perfecting your craft, all the things that if you're getting good grades in school, you can do well at work. And so if you apply yourself and do the right things, and network with the right people and be a member of the right organizations. Like I'm a member of Community Association Institute, which is basically the accreditation body for our industry. And those types of credentials help you increase your salary ranges and stuff like that. And so I would say, if you're graduating, probably within 5 years, you have an opportunity at like an assistant building manager position. Totally attainable, and it all depends on the person. So. I've been a general manager for almost 8 years now, and VP, EVP range, 5 years. In the 10 years that I've been in property management, I've I was an assistant general manager when I first started. I was able to climb the ladder within 2 years, become a general manager. Obviously, or not obviously, but I've had a lot of hotel experience in the past, so there's a lot of parallels that we're drawn there, and the transition for me from hotels to property management in this type of application, high-rise, high-end, customer-based, was not very hard for me. So it was a transition I was able to make pretty quickly, and I hope to, in the next 5 years, be able to kind of compound my success. Either I'm an EVP of a property management company, and starting my own business or trade is not out of the question. So those things are all on the table. And again, a lot of that confidence comes from my education and, the achievements that I have obtained. A lot have to do with my education as well, and those network experiences that I've gained. If you've already made the choice to go to North Texas, congratulations, great job, great decision. If you're on the fence, I think that University of North Texas is a great opportunity for a lot of students to get a great education. There's been a lot of money put towards, improving the campus life to provide, better facilities. I went through the business school at the same time going through hospitality school, and just the buildings that they're putting together at our campus are just amazing. Gateway Center for a lot of our hospitality students. Chilton Hall is like that old school, like charming feel, and it's just, to me, probably one of the better campuses in Texas, in my opinion. It's just being open. Students just have an open mind to learn. And a lot of times you don't really know what you want to do until you get there. So just be open. There's a lot of great programs. The business school is great. Hospitality school is the best, I think. You got a lot of people from different programs come to the University of North Texas to provide the greatest experience. And I think that, my experience when I graduated in 2008, thought it was awesome. I've stayed close to the university. I've tried to, provide assistance and mentorship where I can, and offer assistance to the school and the college. And so I have an affinity towards the University of North Texas. I think it's great. I think your students going to the University of North Texas, staying local, stay at home, or if it's a school of choice that somebody's going to actually live on campus, and student housing and all the facilities are great. I have friends that started freshmen all the way through the graduating seniors, and you talk about Fry Street and all the food options and the restaurants and stuff like that. It's great, and it's a great college experience. You can walk through the campus and hear all the music students playing all their great music, and it's a great opportunity. It's a great environment for learning. And I would say, don't be afraid to work hard. Don't be afraid to have a job while you go to school. Those things will also benefit you once you graduate. But, University of North Texas is a great university with a great student body, and then a great alumni. I would venture to say we're probably in the hundreds of thousands of alumni across the country, and you'll never, know who you're going to run into. All the people that you meet, go to school with. These are great networking opportunities to know people, and you never know who your boss is going to be or who the people that you're going to hire in the future. And these are all, potential students that you're going to hire at some point down the road. So